here's the issue, and all of those points are valid. You know what I mean? There are Americans here saying we feel alone. You know what I mean? For those who buy into the slave narrative. You know, we came here, no one ever thinks about us, we feel alone, and other people come here and act like they don't even know us. Right? And then now the Nigerians are saying, well, wait a minute, with all that power and influence that you guys have in America, we have an issue at home. So, and I'm gonna be honest, all of these points, in my humble opinion, are valid. Right? You have the ADOS situation, the FBA situation, you know, that ties into it. These are really not our issues, and vice versa. When we get to a point where it's a human issue, and that's the problem, and that goes back to what Malcolm X was talking about. He said, y'all fighting for civil rights. We need human rights. Once you get your human rights, they automatically, you know, grandfather in all other kind of rights. And this divide and conquer that is taking place in this country and abroad is amazing how they do these things, because now there are a lot of us who are looking over at Nigeria because we have empathy. Listen, black people, I don't care what you say, we care about our people. We care about people in general, right? Even though sometimes we'll try to take a tough stand and say, well, that's not an American. We generally care about our people. So we are hurting, but we are under attack and siege here on a daily basis as well, to now we're almost becoming immune to these situations. When you see people get killed, I don't care who they are. And that's always been even when I see Mexicans getting shot down, I still go, God, that's just brutal. But we have becoming immune to these situations. So it's a situation that's always going to be there and always raise divide more so than it will trying to find answers in how we deal with this. Because we all know, if we just looked at ourselves as a connected people who were maybe partitioned off during our travels, during our forced travels, during our exploration of the world itself, everything is everything. If we stay connected, then those issues would be ours and our issues would be theirs, and we wouldn't have it because we could build an army that comes over and fight for us and vice versa. So I don't know if that makes any kind of sense.
What's interesting to me with this situation in Nigeria is that for as much talk as you see online from people talking about, if we just get rid of that sector of the conscious community, when they talk about just getting rid of white people, just living all by ourselves, that is a black government in Nigeria.
Absolutely. You know what I'm
saying? That is still screwing over their people. So it's not as
cut and dry.
It's not as cut and dry as race when we kind of get into when it is about power.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Power, influence, money, and
power has no color to it.
Right.
Power is power, and power can be intoxicating. Right. So you find yourself in a position where the rich are getting rich no matter what color they are.
Right.
And the poor are staying poor.
Right.
So those are very valid points.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep our
but we will send our love and support from Urban X. We keep it a buck here to those who are fighting probably the same fight we're fighting, just under different rules. Right. We want to be free.
Yeah.
We want to come up under people's rule. We want a piece of that pie, and we're fighting. It's just that we're fighting. They're all fighting white supremacy because that's a British. Is that a British rule country?
I think
Nigeria.
I think
my Nigerian brothers and sisters.
They're independent. They're independent.
They're independent for 60 years.
Yeah.
But is it shadow independence? Is what I'm asking. I know on the
colonialism in Africa.
You know how that works.
You know how that goes.
So we understand there may be some shadow independence, but real independence requires time. And 60 years is like 2 weeks.
Exactly.
So people who was from the first regime they're still living.
Right. The prime example, because first was somebody in the chat asked what the Sars stand for. Sars stands for Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Right. That's it was a division within the police. So when you talking about how somebody from the old regime said all they did was change the name to
that's all they did.
SWAT. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, yo, we're not dumb.
Right, exactly.
They're the same people. You get what I'm saying?